As we journey through life, we often believe that sharing everything with our family is the best way to maintain strong relationships. However, as we reach our golden years, particularly after 65, a different approach becomes increasingly important. This video explores a crucial aspect of aging gracefully, understanding when and what to share with family members. While openness has always been valued, there's a growing recognition that certain topics are better kept private, not out of secrecy, but from wisdom gained through experience. The concept we'll explore revolves around maintaining personal boundaries while preserving family harmony. Many seniors find themselves facing new challenges as they age: changes in health, financial considerations, and evolving family dynamics. In these situations, complete transparency can sometimes lead to unintended consequences. Family members, though well-meaning, might offer unsolicited advice, become overly concerned, or even make assumptions that could affect how they treat you. This video will guide you through 5 key areas where discretion can significantly impact your quality of life and relationships. These aren't about hiding information or creating distance. Rather, they're about protecting your independence, peace of mind, and the respect you've earned throughout your life. By understanding which topics benefit from privacy, you can maintain control over your decisions while keeping your family relationships strong and supportive. Through this exploration, you'll discover how selective sharing can actually enhance your connections with loved ones. It's about finding the right balance between openness and privacy, ensuring that your later years are filled with dignity, autonomy, and meaningful relationships. As we delve into each area, you'll gain valuable insights into how small changes in what you share can lead to significant improvements in your daily life and interactions with family members. Financial decisions and assets. Preserving independence through privacy. When it comes to financial matters, many seniors feel compelled to share every detail with their family, believing that complete transparency will prevent future misunderstandings. However, experience shows that revealing too much about your financial situation can often create more problems than it solves. Imagine this scenario. You've worked hard your whole life, saved wisely, and now enjoy a comfortable retirement. You decide to share the exact amount of your savings with your children, thinking it will help them understand your financial stability. Instead, you find yourself facing constant questions about your spending choices, suggestions about investments, and even pressure to provide financial assistance to other family members. The reality is that once you disclose detailed financial information, you can't take it back. Family members, especially younger generations, may have different views on money management. What seems like simple curiosity can quickly turn into interference, with well-meaning relatives offering unsolicited advice about everything from your housing choices to your investment strategies. You might hear comments like, "Are you sure you need such a big house?" Or, "Wouldn't it be better to give some money to the grandchildren now?" These questions, though often coming from good intentions, can feel intrusive and undermine your sense of control over your own life. Moreover, sharing comprehensive financial details can sometimes change how family members perceive and treat you. If relatives know you have significant assets, they might start viewing you primarily as a financial resource rather than as an independent individual. This shift in perception can manifest in subtle ways. Perhaps they become more interested in your day-to-day decisions or start questioning your judgment about managing your affairs. In some cases, family members might even feel justified in stepping in to help you manage your money, potentially threatening your independence. Take the example of Margaret, a 72-year-old grandmother who shared her investment portfolio with her adult children. Initially, she thought it would reassure them about her financial security. Instead, she found herself caught in endless discussions about whether she should move her money to different accounts, sell her vacation home, or increase contributions to her grandchildren's education funds. Every decision became a topic for debate, and what was meant to be helpful information turned into a source of stress and frustration. The key takeaway is that while it's important to have clear estate plans and communicate necessary financial arrangements, you don't need to share every detail of your financial life. Your spending choices, investment decisions, and current account balances are personal matters that you're entitled to manage independently. By keeping some aspects of your finances private, you preserve your ability to make choices without feeling pressured by others' opinions or expectations. This approach isn't about secrecy. It's about maintaining your autonomy and enjoying your financial resources without unnecessary interference or judgment from others. Health concerns: balancing transparency with personal autonomy. As we age, our bodies naturally experience more aches and pains, and it's common to want to share these concerns with our family. While keeping loved ones informed about significant medical issues remains important, constantly discussing every minor health complaint can lead to unexpected consequences. Consider Sarah, a 70-year-old grandmother who began mentioning every small discomfort to her children, from occasional headaches to mild joint stiffness. Initially, her family responded with concern and care, but over time, these frequent updates started shaping their perception of her capabilities. Her daughter began suggesting she should stop driving, her son questioned whether she could still travel independently, and her grandchildren stopped inviting her to activities they thought might be too much for her. The psychological impact of oversharing health issues can be profound. When family members, especially younger ones, hear constant reports of health problems, they may unconsciously start viewing you as more fragile than you actually are. This shift in perception can lead to subtle but significant changes in how they interact with you. Suddenly, you might find yourself excluded from family activities, receiving unsolicited dietary advice, or being encouraged to adopt a more sedentary lifestyle, all based on minor health complaints that you might have previously managed without issue. Even well-intentioned family members can contribute to this cycle, researching treatments, scheduling appointments, or making comments about your health choices that can feel patronizing. A particularly telling example is John, a 68-year-old grandfather who mentioned experiencing occasional fatigue. His children immediately arranged for multiple medical tests, suggested he hire a caregiver, and even started questioning his ability to live independently. What began as a simple observation about needing more rest transformed into a series of interventions that made John feel like his autonomy was slipping away. He found himself defending his lifestyle choices and fighting to maintain his independence against a tide of well-meaning but overwhelming concern. Preserving personal autonomy in health matters requires careful consideration about what to share and when. It's perfectly reasonable to discuss major health developments or conditions that directly impact your daily life with your family. However, keeping minor issues to yourself can help maintain both your independence and your family's accurate perception of your capabilities. For instance, if you're managing arthritis pain effectively with medication and exercise, there might be no need to report every flare-up to your children. Similarly, routine health maintenance or preventive care doesn't necessarily require family involvement unless it impacts your ability to care for yourself. The distinction between necessary communication and excessive sharing is crucial. When you do need to discuss health matters, frame them in terms of how you're actively managing the situation rather than focusing solely on the problem itself. Instead of saying, "My knees are hurting more lately," you might share, "I'm working with my doctor on a physical therapy plan for my knee discomfort." This approach demonstrates your proactive management of health issues while keeping family members appropriately informed without triggering unnecessary worry or intervention. Maintaining control over your health narrative helps preserve your dignity and prevents others from making assumptions about your abilities. It allows you to continue managing your health as you see fit, seeking professional advice when needed, and making lifestyle adjustments at your own pace. By carefully selecting which health concerns to share, you protect both your autonomy and your family's confidence in your ability to handle your own affairs, ultimately leading to healthier relationships and greater peace of mind for everyone involved. Family conflicts: navigating complex dynamics with grace. Family conflicts are inevitable, especially as multiple generations come together under one roof or gather for holidays and special occasions. These disputes can range from seemingly trivial disagreements about holiday traditions to more serious arguments over inheritance or caregiving responsibilities. While it's natural to want to address these conflicts head-on, particularly when they involve your children or grandchildren, stepping into the middle of family disputes can often complicate matters further. Consider Maria, a 75-year-old grandmother who tried to mediate a disagreement between her two sons about who should handle her healthcare decisions. Rather than resolving the issue, her involvement led to both sons feeling criticized, resulting in months of strained relationships within the family. The complexity of family dynamics becomes particularly apparent during major life transitions, such as when adult children divorce, siblings argue over property distribution, or grandchildren face relationship challenges. In these situations, offering your opinion or taking sides can have long-lasting effects. Lisa, a 69-year-old retired teacher, learned this lesson the hard way when she expressed her concerns about her daughter's marriage. Though her comments were intended to be helpful observations, they were interpreted as criticism and created a rift that took years to heal. Even when family members appear to accept your advice initially, words spoken during emotional times can linger in memory, resurfacing during future disagreements or family gatherings. Particularly sensitive are opinions about younger family members' life choices. Comments about a son-in-law's career decisions, a daughter's parenting style, or a grandchild's educational path can be perceived as judgmental rather than helpful. For instance, when Robert, a 72-year-old grandfather, shared his thoughts about his grandson's choice to pursue art instead of a more practical degree, it wasn't just the young man who felt hurt. The entire extended family felt the tension ripple through their relationships. The grandson distanced himself from family gatherings, while Robert's daughter felt caught between supporting her father and defending her child's aspirations. Practicing selective silence doesn't mean ignoring family conflicts or pretending problems don't exist. Instead, it involves developing the wisdom to recognize which situations require your input and which are better left to resolve naturally. When confronted with family disputes, responses like, "I trust you'll make the right decision for your family," or "I hope things work out well for everyone," can be powerful tools. These neutral statements acknowledge the situation without taking sides or adding fuel to the conflict. They allow you to remain connected with all family members while avoiding entanglement in drama that ultimately isn't yours to resolve. The benefits of selective silence extend beyond immediate conflict resolution. By maintaining a position of neutrality, you preserve your role as a unifying figure within the family. This approach helps prevent the formation of factions or alliances based on your opinions, allowing family members to work through their differences independently. Over time, this practice builds trust among family members who come to understand that you're available for support without imposing your views on their personal matters. It also protects your mental health, sparing you from becoming emotionally invested in conflicts that may have natural resolutions if left to unfold without intervention. Furthermore, selective silence can be particularly valuable in multi-generational households or during family gatherings. When tensions arise, simply maintaining a calm presence and offering general encouragement can diffuse potential arguments before they escalate. This approach demonstrates wisdom and maturity while modeling healthy conflict resolution for younger family members. By showing restraint and sharing your opinions, you create space for genuine dialogue and understanding to emerge naturally among family members, often leading to more authentic and lasting resolutions than any outside intervention could achieve. Regrets about the past. Honoring life's journey without burdening others. As we accumulate years and experiences, reflecting on life's choices becomes a natural part of our personal growth. However, sharing these reflections, particularly regrets, with family members requires careful consideration. Take Martha, a 78-year-old grandmother who casually mentioned to her children that she wished she had spent less time at work and more with them during their childhood. While her intention was to express gratitude for her current close relationship with her children, they interpreted it as regret about their upbringing. This seemingly innocent comment led to weeks of emotional conversations, with her children questioning whether they'd received enough attention and love during their formative years. The impact of sharing past regrets can be particularly potent because family members often internalize these reflections personally. When parents or grandparents express disappointment about career choices, relocation decisions, or other life paths, children and grandchildren may interpret these statements as indirect criticisms of their existence or the life they've built together. For instance, expressing regret about not moving to a different city might lead your family to wonder if you would have preferred a different life altogether, one that didn't include them. These interpretations can create layers of unintended guilt and self-doubt that persist long after the initial conversation. Relationship reflections can be equally challenging to navigate. Mentioning a past romance, even in a nostalgic context, might lead your spouse or children to question their place in your heart. Consider James, who fondly recalled a college sweetheart during a family dinner. While he viewed it as a harmless story, his wife felt diminished and questioned whether she had truly been his first choice. Similarly, discussing friendships that faded or opportunities that slipped away can subtly shift how family members perceive you. They might begin seeing you as someone trapped in the past rather than celebrating your journey and accomplishments. Processing personal regrets is an essential part of aging gracefully, but it's equally important to recognize that not all reflections need to be shared. Keeping certain regrets private allows you to work through them internally, transforming them into sources of wisdom rather than burdens for others. Instead of dwelling on missed opportunities, focus on sharing stories that highlight life lessons learned and positive outcomes achieved. For example, rather than expressing regret about not traveling more, you might share how staying in one place allowed you to build deep community connections and watch your grandchildren grow up closely. When past reflections do surface in conversation, framing them positively can make a significant difference. Instead of saying, "I wish I had done things differently," try expressing, "Looking back, I appreciate how things unfolded because it led me to where I am today." This approach acknowledges life's complexities while emphasizing the value of present circumstances. It also models healthy reflection for younger family members, teaching them that life's choices, whether perfect or imperfect, contribute to personal growth and wisdom. The past serves as a foundation for our present, but it doesn't define our future. By choosing which reflections to share and how to express them, you can maintain your family's positive perception of you while honoring your life experiences. Remember that your children and grandchildren look to you not just as a source of family history, but as a model of resilience and contentment. Focusing on the richness of your current relationships and the joy of shared moments can help transform potential regrets into appreciation for the life you built together. Full extent of financial situation. Maintaining relationship integrity. Understanding the full implications of sharing detailed financial information with family requires recognizing how money discussions can fundamentally alter relationships. Consider the case of Henry, a 73-year-old retiree who decided to reveal his complete financial picture to his adult children, including specific account balances and investment details. Within months, he noticed subtle shifts in how his family interacted with him. His youngest son began making casual remarks about "when you're gone," while his daughter started suggesting expensive home renovations, assuming he could easily afford them. More concerning was his oldest son's increased interest in his daily financial decisions, frequently questioning whether he really needed to spend money on hobbies or travel. The impact of revealing too much financial information extends beyond immediate family dynamics. When relatives know the extent of your assets, it can trigger a range of unexpected behaviors. Some might become overly solicitous, offering unsolicited advice about every financial decision you make. Others might develop expectations about inheritances or financial assistance, leading to awkward situations or even resentment if those expectations aren't met. For instance, Susan, a 69-year-old grandmother, found herself fielding regular requests for financial help after sharing details about her comfortable retirement savings. Even when she declined these requests, the mere knowledge of her financial status changed the nature of her relationships, with some family members treating her more like a potential funding source than an independent elder. Financial transparency can also inadvertently compromise your independence. Family members armed with detailed knowledge of your financial situation might feel justified in offering advice or even making decisions on your behalf. This can manifest in various ways: suggestions about where you should live, how you should invest your money, or what expenditures are necessary. George, a 75-year-old widower, experienced this firsthand when, after sharing his financial details, his children began pressuring him to sell his home and move to a smaller apartment, despite his strong attachment to his neighborhood and community. Their arguments, though presented as caring suggestions, effectively undermined his autonomy in making personal lifestyle choices. The alternative approach, sharing only necessary financial information, offers significant benefits for maintaining healthy family relationships. By keeping detailed financial specifics private, you preserve the purity of your relationships, allowing them to be based on genuine connection rather than financial expectations. This doesn't mean avoiding all financial discussions. Rather, it involves establishing clear boundaries about what information needs to be shared and with whom. For example, having a trusted financial advisor or estate planning attorney aware of your complete financial situation ensures proper documentation and planning without involving every family member in your financial affairs. Selective financial disclosure also protects your peace of mind and decision-making autonomy. When family members aren't privy to every financial detail, they're less likely to question your choices or impose their opinions on your lifestyle. This allows you to make decisions about your money and resources based on your own values and preferences, rather than feeling pressured to justify every expenditure or investment to concerned relatives. Moreover, it helps prevent the development of unhealthy dependencies, where family members might become reliant on your financial support or begin making life choices based on assumptions about your wealth. Implementing this approach requires thoughtful consideration and clear communication. Start by identifying which financial information truly needs to be shared. Typically, this includes estate planning documents, powers of attorney, and emergency contact information for financial institutions. For everything else, maintain privacy while ensuring you have proper documentation and trusted advisors in place. When family members inquire about your financial situation, respond with general reassurances about your preparedness without divulging specific details. Statements like, "I've made arrangements for my future needs," or "My financial affairs are in order," can satisfy legitimate concerns without compromising your privacy. This balanced approach to financial disclosure helps maintain the integrity of family relationships, keeping them focused on mutual care and support rather than financial considerations. It allows you to enjoy your resources according to your own wishes, while preventing money from becoming a source of tension or altered expectations within your family circle. Ultimately, preserving some financial privacy becomes an act of self-respect and relationship protection, ensuring that your connections with loved ones remain based on genuine affection and shared experiences rather than financial calculations or assumptions. Final reflections. Embracing selective sharing for peaceful aging. As we've explored these 5 crucial areas of selective sharing, a clear pattern emerges. The wisdom of knowing what to keep private can significantly enhance both personal well-being and family relationships in later years. Reflecting on your own experiences, you might recall moments when sharing certain information led to unintended consequences. Perhaps a casual comment about retirement funds sparked uncomfortable discussions, or mentioning a minor health concern resulted in overwhelming family intervention. These instances demonstrate how selective sharing isn't about building walls, but about creating healthier boundaries that protect both your autonomy and your relationships. Consider the story of Emily, a 74-year-old grandmother who transformed her family dynamics by adopting this approach. After years of sharing every financial detail and health update, she noticed her family treating her more like a dependent than an independent elder. By gradually shifting to more selective sharing, discussing only essential matters while keeping personal choices private, she regained control over her daily decisions while maintaining strong family connections. Her children respected her boundaries, and their interactions became more genuine, focusing on shared experiences rather than managing her affairs. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity and effectiveness. By keeping certain financial decisions private, you preserve your ability to make choices without external pressure. By sharing only significant health updates, you maintain your family's accurate perception of your capabilities. By practicing selective silence in family conflicts, you position yourself as a unifying figure rather than a source of division. By processing past reflections internally, you avoid burdening loved ones with regrets that might be misinterpreted. And by maintaining appropriate financial privacy, you ensure your relationships remain based on genuine connection rather than financial expectations. These principles aren't about secrecy or isolation, but about cultivating wisdom and communication. They represent a practical approach to aging gracefully, where maintaining personal dignity and family harmony go hand in hand. The goal isn't to shut people out, but to create space for authentic relationships to flourish, free from the complications that can arise from oversharing sensitive information. By embracing selective sharing, You empower yourself to navigate your later years with greater peace of mind, stronger relationships, and maintained independence. As you consider implementing these insights, remember that change doesn't need to happen overnight. Start by identifying one area where more privacy might benefit your situation and gradually adjust your sharing approach. Whether it's setting boundaries around financial discussions, being more selective about health updates, or practicing thoughtful silence during family conflicts, each small step contributes to a more peaceful and fulfilling experience of aging. The ultimate reward is the preservation of your autonomy while maintaining meaningful connections with your loved ones, allowing you to enjoy your golden years with dignity and grace. Community engagement. Join the conversation on wise sharing practices. Your experiences and insights are invaluable to our growing community of seniors, navigating the delicate balance of sharing and privacy. We'd love to hear how these principles resonate with your personal journey. Have you encountered situations where selective sharing proved beneficial? Perhaps you've discovered unique approaches to maintaining family harmony while preserving your independence. Share your stories in the comments below. Your wisdom could be exactly what another viewer needs to hear today. If you found this discussion helpful, please consider supporting our mission to provide valuable content for seniors by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Turning on notifications ensures you won't miss future videos exploring similar topics that can enhance your quality of life. Your engagement helps us continue creating meaningful content that addresses the real challenges and opportunities of aging with dignity and wisdom. Remember, every comment, like, and subscription contributes to building a supportive community where seniors can share experiences, learn from each other, and find practical solutions to common challenges. Together, we can create a space where the wisdom of experience meets modern approaches to aging gracefully. Thank you for being part of this journey, and we look forward to continuing this important conversation with you in future videos.